Hello, my name is Joel Zuniga, and today my PowerPoint presentation is Healthy Choices for a Healthy Life. It's a basic introduction on how and what we can do to better soothe our nutritional intake as well as our physical activity. To start off, we're going to look at the health concerns. Prevention of chronic illnesses such as obesity is a part of eating healthy and doing physical activity. The lack of nutritional intake can cause such diseases such as heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. Apart from that, another major concern is child obesity. It's been skyrocketing for the past several years and is becoming a major problem. Obesity affects about 93.3 million US adults in the United States. This statistic was taken about 2 years ago, so the actual number might be a tad bit higher than what we're seeing on this PowerPoint slide, but it is definitely a major concern for the United States, as well as a global concern. Medical costs are in the billions to help provide aid for people that have heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. Going back to child obesity, since children are being diagnosed with obesity at such an early age, their medical costs are aiding to this billions of dollars that we're spending for health insurance. And that affects not just the children that are getting obese or adults that are obese, but as well as healthy people that pay extra out of their paychecks for health insurance. More major issues would be high energy dense foods. This basically entails of your oils, saturated fats, butters, anything that has a high calorie intake compared to its weight. So we have to definitely pinpoint what we put in our bodies, what we use for cooking, things like that. Any little bit does help to make a difference in your calorie intake and your nutritional outcome. Sweetened beverages have to be one of the major concerns in sugar intake for the United States. It is so easy to grab a soda, drink it, and not even consider the sugar, the calories that you're ingesting into your body. Apart that, beverages really don't fill you up like food does, so it makes it that much easier to drink 1, 2, 3 sodas and you feel not so bad. But in the long run, that sugar intake will definitely get you at a higher risk of disease. Lack of physical exercise is definitely a concern, especially for people that are obese already. It is a little bit harder, more difficult for them to get up and start getting into a physical activity that is suitable for them. So that's something we really want to try to implement at an earlier stage in life. Children that are going to school should definitely get hobbies, sports, activities, anything that'll keep them moving and active. Other possibilities of getting these diseases would be insulin resistance and genetics. So it's not necessarily eating bad that causes these diseases. Of course, it does play a major role, but there are also other cases that could be separate that we just still don't understand why obesity is caused to begin with, but we know for a fact that these are major concerns that add to the risk of becoming obese. Okay, here we have a picture of MyPlate. This the USDA developed this MyPlate design, and for myself, I love it. I have a MyPlate. I use it not daily, but I try to make it a habit to use. It consists of vegetables, fruits, grains, proteins, as well as dairies. So here we see vegetables and fruits. Vegetables take about 30%, fruits 20%. That makes half of our plate already. So we're already using half of our plate for low energy dense foods, and this is really good for the body. So we really want to consider using these type of plates. Going to the website has so much information on how we can eat, what to eat, what nutritional value foods have. It's so good and so much information. I definitely recommend it to anybody. And if you do not have a MyPlate yet, I definitely recommend it. It makes things so much easier. Your portions are laid out. You don't have to worry about weighing foods, doing things like that. Just fill up your plate to the desired portion of the plate that allows you to, and go from there. Your dairy can easily be replaced with water. That is a major suggestion over sugared beverages. Please stick to water, to dairy, something a little bit more natural and healthier for you. Okay, we already went through some of these, but some of the benefits of my plates are it's easy to follow. They put it on a color-coded plate, makes it a little bit easier to separate your foods. It's gives you the serving sizes that you need. And like I said, the website consists of great nutritional information that's good for everybody. Normal people like us, professionals, you name it, there's so much information that's very helpful. Okay, organics. I'm a firm believer of organics due to, number one, pesticides. Pesticides are basically a poison that is used in order to help the fruits and vegetables grow, but yet our bodies ingest those pesticides throughout the time, and some pesticides have been shown to be cancerous. So we definitely want to try to stick to organic when possible, just in order so we can keep those pesticides low. Sewage sludge is not used for soils. Sounds pretty gross to me, so I definitely wouldn't want my foods being grown in fertilizer from sewage sludge from humans. So we definitely want to keep that as a possibility. It does cost a little bit more money to obtain organics, but definitely in the long run it will be a benefit for you. Right here, low energy dense in organics, less pesticide, sewage sludge, minimize cancer risk. So everything that I just talked about are great benefits for organics. Okay, when properly selecting your foods, just because we went over organics with vegetables, there's also meats that we got to worry about. Grassland animals, better nutritional value. When I say grassland animals, I refer to grassland fed animals. A lot of cattle, chickens, and farms are more industrialized and are aiming for productivity as well as money, of course. So what they do is that they feed these animals with grains, and these grains don't give the nutritional value as grassland fed animals get with for example, chickens eating worms, insects. That's where they get their nutritional value. So when we replace their foods with grains, their nutritional value goes down, thus gives us a nutritional decline when we eat these meats. So you want to definitely stick to grassland animal fed foods. With fish, wild salmon, it's a great source of omega-3, which is good to fight disease and brain function. But nowadays industrial foods are farming fish, so these fish are basically cooped, kept, and this itself has potential to pass parasites through these fish while they're farmed in there. So you definitely want to stick to wild fish, preferably the wild salmon. Okay, diets. Okay, everybody hates diets. I'm one of them. Some diets that we are going to go through, it's going to be the 90-10 diet, cleansing diet, high protein diet, vegan diet, and high carb diet. 90-10 diet is one of my personal favorites, personal choice. It's 90% you eat healthy, whatever you can, healthy 90%, and 10% eat whatever you want. So that basically gives you like about 5 to 6 days being healthy, 1 day splurging on what you desire. So that's something feasible for me, something that I know I can stick to. So that's why I stick to the 90-10 diet. There's other diets you can do. The cleansing diet is mainly fresh fruits and vegetable juicing. High protein diets, they restrict carbs. They rely on burning its own fat for fuel instead of carbohydrates. So that's how they lose weight with this specific diet. Vegan diet, I'm not too sure why people would go vegan, but they definitely do not eat any type of meat products, and they have to find a different way of getting in their proteins without having that meat protein to depend on. So definitely stick to a diet that you know that you can do and that you know you'll stick to, because if not, it's going to be very difficult and it's going to be impossible to stick to a good diet. Again, I would definitely start off with the 90-10 diet, because that's the feasible and it's good. You still have that space of indulging in what you like. Now we move on to physical fitness. The earlier in life, the better the chances of a good regimen. So what is proposed is that we start this physical fitness at an early stage in life. Childhood would be great, like sports activities, something that keeps them busy and off the couch and off of their phones and computers, and not moving around, not using up the energy that they intake. That's the balance that we need to keep. You know, some activities, walking, jogging, running, something simple, something for somebody that might already be overweight, that can't do too much stress. Walking and jogging would definitely be recommended. Sports, there's jiu-jitsu, football, tennis, basketball. Any kind of sport that will keep you moving would help out quite a bit. There's CrossFit, the gym, weightlifting, so anything that can, which leads us to our conclusion. So basically, we definitely need to educate ourselves on the proper nutritional intake that we take. We definitely need to educate ourselves a little bit more on how much physical fitness and what type of physical fitness that we need, the balance that we do need for energy intake and energy expenditure. So we definitely also need to do the proper choices in the foods that we do take home and serve to our families, because that's very important in the long-term effects of them picking up any specific parasites, diseases, cancers. We definitely want to stay away and keep that risk to a minimum. And any specific information that we might need, I stress to go onto the website. myplate.gov has so much information. Thank you so much for your time, and you all have a great day.